Alright y'all, welcome back to Combat Arms channel. So today's video we're checking out something that y'all have probably already seen before if you have a Facebook or if you just like watching a bunch of different military videos. So this is something that I've seen a few times on Facebook. I had a few friends send it to me and a lot of y'all have actually sent it to me as well. So this is about the Portuguese Commandos doing a raid in Central Africa. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of y'all have actually seen this previously, but it's some really solid footage. I like doing reactions to military videos and I'd love to do more reactions to like combat footage. However, that stuff usually gets age restricted or even sometimes blocked if I do a reaction to that. So this is a pretty solid one. It's not really too graphic or anything, and it's nice because we get to see the Portuguese Commandos in action. So I've never done a reaction to a Portuguese unit or even really a Spanish unit or anything like that. So it'd be awesome to check these guys out. Again, this is in the Central African Republic, so I'm not really sure why the Portuguese Commandos are in Africa or how many operations they actually do there. But again, it's hard to keep track of all these different militaries because you always have these different units and countries doing operations all over the place. So yeah, it's very cool to see and get a glimpse of some of the stuff that they actually are doing. So yeah, we'll get into this video. It's about 3 minutes long, but yeah, Portuguese Commandos, these guys look very intense, very hardcore, and they definitely seem like they know what they're doing. So yeah, let's check it out. Okay, so part of a UN mission already, we can see that. Got some nice, looks like a Raven, might be a different model, but like a UAS system. Wow. Okay, judging by this footage and how it's stationary, it seems like they have like a quadcopter or something. Which I'm surprised they aren't able to hear it, but it might just be super high up in the air. But yeah, look at that. It's so... Yeah, it's really hard to appreciate how much a drone can really help you out until you've utilized it or you had the option to utilize it. Because, I mean, you can see with these amazing shots, like they're able to get an aerial view. And it's nice because, you know, the foliage isn't too thick, so they can get a nice overhead of what's going on. They can see the camp, they can see the layout, and they can judge their approach just based off of that. They can see what sort of equipment, they can count how many people there are. So yeah, that is an awesome asset for them to have. And even on a UN mission where, you know, you don't really expect people to be going like, you know, face to face with the enemy every single day, there's a lot of stuff that the UN really gets into, and having an asset like this really helps with the survivability and the planning especially. Yeah, look at it. He's okay, so I guess he did hear it. Some very good footage though. Okay, got a mortar team. Yeah, they're not messing about, I guess. That's awesome too, because if you have communications, you can sort of walk the vehicles onto the objective or the camp. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of trees. Again, if you didn't have this aerial footage, it'd be really hard to sort of pinpoint everything. All right, here we go. Okay, so again, we've seen this. I'm going to cut it real quick because, again, we have to check out the gear, of course. So we've seen this with I think it was the SAS dude. He actually has an Instagram page now. We did a reaction to the SAS operator in Kenya, and he actually has an Instagram page now. So I'm going to put that in the video right here, and then I'll also put it down in the video description. Very awesome to check out. So I recommend you guys check that out. But yeah, when we were looking at the like African commandos, I think it was in that video, we can see here the Portuguese are using very similar equipment. They have nice high-cut helmets. They have some scars. And yeah, they seem like they're not messing about. I love the UN patches. People think of the UN and they don't really think of like serious operators until they see these guys rolling up on them. So I guess they got like their own like armored personnel carriers. Pretty solid. Getting right to it. Yeah, that's sketchy terrain for sure. So much concealment. Oh, what happened there? Their movement looks really solid. Their communication looks like pretty solid. I like how they're all rocking like assault packs and whatnot too. Yeah, good communication for sure. So I'm not really sure how many operators actually have on the ground right now, but you can see again they push up the armored personnel carrier to get near the camp, which of course you're going to want to do because you can sort of use the armored personnel carrier as your last covered and concealed position, as you would call it, which basically like once you depart from that region, there's going to be limited concealment or limited cover, and you basically need to focus exactly on where you are, where the enemy is. And you can see they're communicating very well, so I'm sure they know where each operator is. Again, I don't really know how many they have, but they seem like they're keeping pretty close because it can get pretty sketchy with that sort of foliage and everything. If you have multiple teams moving about, you might start cross-firing or firing on your friendlies. So their movement looks really good, and it seems like it's very controlled. So very professional movement and tactics from these guys so far. Not sure if this video is going to show if they got anyone or not, but yeah, you can see like they did the recon, so they already knew the layout of everything for the most part. Now it looks like they're just taking some pictures, some site exploitation. I love the vehicles painted white. All right, yeah, very, very solid footage to check out. Again, it's cool to check out all these different units because a lot of times some people don't get the spotlights. I'm sure the Portuguese Commandos have a much bigger spotlight on what they do now, especially for the UN after this video came out, because I mean, you never really hear about them, you never really see anything, at least for me being an American. Even on YouTube, I don't really see too many of their videos pop up, so it's awesome to see this stuff come across the feed every now and again. Again, it's always cool to see professionals doing their thing in their expertise or their field of work. It's awesome to check out. The gear looks really solid. Again, very much on par with what you'd see with a lot of different commandos. But it's cool to see the amount of equipment that they use, or the specific equipment. The UAS, again, is going to play a huge part. Very awesome thing to have. The armored personnel carriers is an awesome thing to have, especially in that sort of terrain, because they can move through the terrain very quickly and they can utilize that for cover. So it's awesome they have those assets available. So I've never taken part in any UN operations. I never really worked with the UN so much. So it's cool to see what sort of equipment they actually get, especially for like a peacekeeping organization. Of course, they're going to have to get into the thick of it a lot of the times, especially being in, places like Africa, certain regions with instability. Of course, they're going to need that equipment to be able to operate safely and effectively. So it's nice to see that they actually get some decent stuff. And they're definitely using it to their advantage, especially that UAS, that recon is definitely being put to work. So very cool to see all these elements being put into work. Awesome to see their movement. Awesome to see their communication. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section about these awesome Portuguese commandos. I'm going to try and see if I can find any more videos online about these guys, because yeah, the comments are pretty solid too. These guys are loving it. So I'm going to try and see if I can find some more footage about these guys. But if you have any other recommendations for any Portuguese units or maybe even any Spanish units, put that down in the comments section as well. Or especially if you have any solid videos, because I tried finding some solid videos from like Spanish military units back in the day, but I couldn't really find anything that great. So if you guys find anything cool, put it down in the comments section. I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching and liking and commenting. Of course, I really appreciate you guys supporting the channel. It's awesome to see these recommendations. This was a very solid one. I wanted to do it anyway, but it was nice that you guys sort of are on the same wavelength as me as far as what you're interested in. So it's cool to see. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. That is it for this one. So we'll see you on the next one.